What's up, YouTube? Let's go. Speed, distance, time. So speed is equal to distance over time. I would always write that down. Speed is equal to distance over time. So that's the first one. You write that down. Distance over time. Speed is equal to distance over time. That's our dad's city triangle. Dad's city triangle. So I think about it as well. So just write down what you have here. You've got the speed here. That's grand. You've got the time here, 45 minutes. So speed. So then you fill in your gap. You've got 4 is equal to distance. You can keep calling it D over 45. Now, crucial thing is you got to put this into like kilometers, or into hours, because this is an hour, so this is in minutes. So how much is like 45 over 60? 3/4 of an hour, isn't it? That's like 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. So you could put that into like decimal format like that. That's key. Does that make sense? Bringing it, because you're looking for hours, so you can't be dealing in minutes. So bringing it to decimal format. And you're going to get the distance, and if you want the distance, you just got to multiply across here like that, and it ends up being 4 by 0.75, and that is equal to the distance. And with that calculator or wherever, you're going to figure out it's going to be 3 kilometers. Ding! Happy days. Next one. Bus shot, and just write out your triangle like you're writing out what you got. What you got? You got the distance here. You got the time here. So again, speed is equal to distance over time. You have the distance. The distance is 120. You have the time, 2 hours. Speed is equal to 120 divided by 2, 60. Easy. This is all we're writing it out. 60 kilometers per hour. Now, we'll zoom in a bit here, there, TJ. A motorbike travels, again, you're drawing out your speed is equal to the distance over time every single time without fail. Motorbike travels, that's your speed. Kilometers per hour. How far does it go in 20 minutes? That's your time. So your speed is 72 is equal to distance over 20 minutes. And again, you've got to get, that's an hour. You got to bring minutes to hours. Minutes to hours. And so if you wanted this in your head somewhere, you're going to say like, what's 20 minutes in the hour? 20 over 60. So you're talking how much of it is in the hour. Goes, if 2 into that goes once, 2 and 3 goes that. So it is, you can put it in this way. So saying it's a third of the hour, 0.33. 0.33 if you want. Okay. And then to get the distance, you just multiply 72 by 0.33. So 72 multiplied by 0.33. And what's that give you? What's 3 into 7? 3 into 7 goes twice. Remainder 1. 3 into 12 goes 4. So 24. So the key thing here, guys, is like the minutes to hours is probably catching you, isn't it? If you are getting caught here, you're probably getting caught in the minutes to the hours, right? The minutes to the hours. And you just have to work it out. Like you have to work what's 20 out of 60. There's 60 minutes in the hour. What's 20 out of 60? And break it down. That's it. That's how you work. That's where people get caught. Train cover. Again, you're going to look, speed is equal to distance over time. Without fail, you should be doing this every time. A train covers 500 kilometers at 500 kilometers at 200 kilometers per hour. So you have the distance there and the speed. So the distance is 500 kilometers. When you have the speed then is 200 time. Bit of a harder one now. So if you want, I often think it like you look for t now. So look, if you could multiply this. This is actually basic algebra. It becomes 200t is equal to 500. You're actually going to then, because it's attached to the 200, you're going to bring the t underneath then. So actually the answer, sorry, the 200, sorry, my apologies, the 200 underneath. Your answer is t is equal to 500 divided by 200. So that works out as 2.5. So, and 2.5 hours is this one here. It's harder one. I'll just draw back over that because that might be a bit too fast for you. Like what you're doing is, so it's kind of as basic algebra. So you draw out your speed equal distance over time. Right, we're looking for time. That's grand. So you've filled in the gaps. I always, if you want to, this is like multiplying fractions. If you want, I need to get the t on its own. So t by 200 gives me 200t is equal to 5 by 1 is 500. And then I want the t on its own, so get rid of 200 underneath. T is equal to 500, not minus, just underneath, because it's welded on to the t like that. I'll talk about it in my algebra videos. If it's no plus or minus in between, it's welded on like that, you bring it underneath. So it becomes 200 underneath, and then you work it out from there. 2.5. T is equal to 2.5, which is just there. Sarah runs 3 now. Again, speed is equal to distance over time. Let go. So Sarah runs 3.6k. That's the distance. In 30 minutes, that's the time. So Sarah runs 3.6k kilometers in 30 minutes. Now, 30 minutes, you need to get into hours. Probably what I expect. Oh, it's still in minutes. So you can say it for 30 minutes. What is the expected time for a 5-kilometer run? Oh, this is harder. So that's her speed. So you can find out the speed for that then. This is harder. This is harder. So you're going to find out the speed for that then. Now, you could put this, you could say that if you want to bring it to, like, maybe it's because we've been doing all evening into putting this minutes into hours, right? So maybe we'll put this, what's 30 over 60? What's half an hour? I just told you it's half. So you could just say our actual speed here is 0, so it's 3.6k divided by 0.5. That's a half. Yeah. So that's our speed per hour. So our speed per hour is what? 1 point. So divide 2 into that, you're going to get speed is equal to 1.8 kilometers per hour. That's how much she's going per hour. No, that's how much she's going per hour. Now, you know, so does that make sense how you got that? That's her speed. And you take that. So you just 2 steps here, really. You find her speed. And then we're looking for the time. So you need to go back again into this. And you're going, right, that's her speed. So now you know her speed that's her speed. You know her distance. She's going to go 5k now. So it's a hard question. I'd say this is very hard, to be honest, if you're in first. That's her speed. So our speed is equal to distance over time. We have our speed is 1.8 kilometers per hour. Is equal to distance. The distance is going to go 5k now, 5 kilometers per hour. And we're looking for the time. And you're going to do the same trick you did the last one. Remember, up. So put over 1 if you want. It becomes, essentially you're going to do a flip. The 1.8 is going to come underneath the 5k. The 1.8 is going to come underneath the 5k. Watch. T is equal to 5 kilometers divided by 1.8 kilometers. And you're going to see what that comes out as. You're going to see what that comes out as. And it'll be just around, so divided it. So T is equal to, that's kilometers per hour, but then you got to bring it into minutes. 1 second now. Hold up, pony, on this one. Have I made a mistake in this myself? Oh my god. Come back to this one in 1 second. I'm out forgetting my head. I'm late in the evening. I need to get back on this. I've got even mess up here. This one. So you've got the speed. Sorry to come back on this, but you've found out her speed, which is grand. You found it out in minutes. That was her speed, which is grand. That's her speed is 1.8 kilometers. Oh, sorry. Crucial mistake. I will shoot me dead. She's going more than 1.8 kilometers per hour. Sorry. That was spot my mistake. I'm one in maths. She's going more than 1.8 kilometers per hour. I'm sorry. Sorry now, but if you put in your calculator, we got to here. Mistake. Look at this. We had 3.6 kilometers over 0.5 divided by 0.5. If you put that in your calculator, you're going to get, she's going at a speed of 7.2 kilometers per hour. If you put that in your calculator, her speed was actually much faster. So her speed is much faster, and so it's actually 7.2. My mistake, guys. I'm so sorry. There you go. My simple mistake. It's too late into the evening. That's silly. 7.2 kilometers, and you're going to put it into here. You're going to put it into there. So let's get this right. T is equal to 5 kilometers divided by 7.2 kilometers per hour. And whatever that comes out as, it's not probably going to be clean. So what's it end up being? 5 divided by 7.2 is 0.69. So What's that as a fraction? As a 0.69, so 60 by 0.69. 42 minutes, guys. That's the one. 42 minutes. 42 minutes. So she was flying around the place. My mistake. Sorry. There's my mistake. We all make mistakes. It's all parts of the learning process and just finding out. There's a good example of what you tried to figure out where it went wrong as well. And to just go back and check your work. Anyway, that is how you do speed, distance, time. I hope you learned from that. Last question was tricky, gang, for first years. And it's all about doing your form stuff and getting it right.